Caleb Mercer had never been lucky with cars. At 36, he worked night shifts at a warehouse and drove whatever cheap vehicle he could find. When he spotted a dented sedan for sale outside a farmhouse, he didn't hesitate. The price was right, the keys exchanged hands quickly. The car smelled faintly of mildew and old cigarettes, but it ran smooth. The only odd thing was the radio, an old analog dial, stubbornly stuck. No matter how Caleb turned the knob, it tuned only one station. At first, he thought it was static. Then voices emerged, faint but clear, as though the signal was bleeding in from another time. And tonight, the body of Caleb Mercer will be found. Caleb froze, hands gripping the wheel. He turned the radio off. But when he glanced at the dashboard, the light behind the dial still glowed. That night, after his shift, Caleb drove home through empty streets. The radio hissed, then cut in again. Caleb Mercer, age 36, was last seen leaving work shortly after midnight. Witnesses report his vehicle heading south. Caleb's throat tightened. It wasn't possible. No one had seen him leave. No one except the empty lot and security cameras. He turned the dial harder, but the station never changed. It only grew louder. The coroner confirmed the cause of death. Caleb yanked the plug from the console, sparks flying. The sound stopped. Relieved, he drove on. But when he parked outside his apartment, the radio lit up again, still unplugged. Neighbors claim they heard screaming. Authorities urge anyone with information to call. Caleb staggered inside, leaving the car running in the street. He didn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard the broadcast, whispering from the dark corners of the room. And it always ended the same way. His body was found at dawn. The following evening, Caleb refused to drive the car. He took the bus instead, but halfway through his shift, his phone rang. Unknown number. Against better judgment, he answered. Static hissed in his ear. Then, Caleb Mercer boarded the 8:15 bus. He was agitated. Co-workers say he complained of being followed. He dropped the phone. The line was dead. By midnight, paranoia gnawed at him. Every passing car seemed to slow. Every shadow seemed to linger. He returned to the lot where he had bought the sedan, hoping to demand answers from the farmhouse owner. The place was abandoned, windows broken, weeds choking the driveway. No one had lived there in years. Yet the car sat there, waiting. Its headlights flickered on by themselves, casting pale beams across the yard. The radio blared from inside. This was the last night of Caleb Mercer. Caleb's instincts screamed at him to run, but he forced himself toward the car. He threw the door open, fists clenched. Stop it! Who are you? The radio dial glowed blood red. The voice answered, calm and cold. We are only the signal. We report. We do not change. Caleb slammed his fists against the console. Then report this. I'm not dying tonight. For a moment, silence. Then the broadcast resumed, but now the words were live, happening as he moved. Caleb Mercer screamed into the empty night. His resistance was futile. The ending had already been written. The headlights flared. The engine roared to life, though no key was in the ignition. The doors locked, trapping him inside. Caleb clawed at the handle, pounding the glass, but the car wouldn't release him. Neighbors reported a crash at approximately 1:03 a.m. The car jerked forward, tires screeching. Caleb fought the wheel, but it steered itself toward the tree line. The impact was instant. There were no survivors. The last thing Caleb heard was his own death, spoken in past tense, before the car struck the oak. At dawn, joggers passing through the old county road found the wreck. A sedan crushed against a tree, smoke curling from the hood. Inside, the body of Caleb Mercer, age 36. The authorities called it a tragic accident. Faulty steering, maybe falling asleep at the wheel. But the radio in the car told a different story. When the tow truck driver climbed in, he swore the speakers crackled, a voice announcing his name. And tomorrow, the body of Paul Renshaw will be found. The driver fled the cab, pale and shaking. He never touched that car again. Some signals can't be tuned out, and once you hear your own ending broadcast, there's no changing the station. Thanks for watching. Is there anything you'd like to see in a short horror story? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe.